Chapter 1016. Wow, I mean, where do we start? Although obviously this was a way weaker chapter compared to last week's chapter, but that being said, so much happened plot-wise and in the raid. We had Kaido versus Yamato, with Yamato confirming her wanting to join the Straw Hats. Ulti versus Nami and Usopp, so much to talk about, but before we start, a quick reminder to sub to the channel as you are in the right place for all One Piece content related and chapter reviews. That being said, let's just dive right in. Even though this was definitely slower than last week's chapter, we still had a lot of things happen. This chapter started off with Toka and Hitesu and them in the flower capital. I'm thrilled we went back to the flower capital and see how things are over there. People are enjoying themselves and it's very good to see, because it is a festival at the end of the day for the people of Wano. It's also very important to mention that this is the only day that the people of Wano can enjoy themselves. Next, we see CB0 looking as cool as always, carefully planning and plotting. Even though they do not care who wins at the end of the day, I'm really enjoying their commentary and overview of this battle. They gave us numbers on each side, those numbers being now 7,000 versus 20,000 instead of before being 3,000 to 24,000. That is somewhat good news, and it's crazy to think because of Otama the numbers went up. A sweet girl like Otama has played a very crucial role in this battle. They also mentioned how this battle is constantly changing and evolving. Next up, let's talk about Nami. Nami now has full ownership of Zeus, and I'm really glad. Zeus gives us a great explanation in how he survived being eaten by Hera. Basically, before he could be eaten, he fused with Nami's climate back. Although Nami was really annoyed, I think we all know just how much of a win this is for Nami, especially for what is to come in this battle later on. With Nami now an owner of Zeus, where does that place her in the strongest in the Straw Hats? Although it was with the help of Zeus and Usopp, Nami takes out Ulti, and I'm glad the Ulti is finally out of the way, man. She was getting really annoying, popping out of nowhere every single time. Now, two of the Toby Robo have been defeated, Page 1 and Ulti. What does that mean for the Toby Robo and just Kaido's forces? Next, let's quickly talk about how vital breaking the enemy's morale has been in this entire battle. Starting with Kaido. Kaido knows this and went out of his way to make sure that everyone knew that Luffy had been defeated. And then Luffy, knowing this, also communicated through Momo to let everyone know to basically keep fighting, which gave everyone a boost of morale. Each side knows just what happens when soldiers lose morale, and we see a constant power struggle when it comes to this in this fight. And finally, we have to talk about it. Kaido and Yamato. Although not a lot happened rather than a general conversation between the two in which we expected, one thing we learned in this conversation was Kaido alluding to the fact that Wano is special. And this makes sense, because when you think about it, why would a powerful figure like Kaido decide to take a refuge in Wano if there was not something special about it? Let's quickly talk about the land of Wano and try to understand what's so special about it. First off, Wano is a country that is not under the control of the world government. We know that. So the world government has no influence over what happens in the affairs of Wano. It's also a country that is closed from the rest of the world. And if you actually go back and see and learn about the history of Wano pertaining to the Kozuki clan and them being the ones who invented the Poneglyphs and them being able to read the Poneglyphs, it is very important and such a important country. And that is just the tip of the iceberg. I might make an entire video regarding this topic alone and what makes Wano such an ideal and special place for Kaido. Let's get back to the convo of Kaido and Yamato. One thing I took out of the two stock is that Kaido still very much cares for Yamato. Even though Yamato completely now disowned Kaido in front of his face, Kaido even goes out of his way to mention how he would like her to become a shogun. In his eyes, he doesn't believe there is anything Yamato can do to Kaido when it comes to the battle, obviously. In which he says even though if she cannot defeat Kaido, she will try her best to buy time. Keyword time. Time is very important right now, and Yamato knows this. Every minute she holds Kaido is a minute in which Luffy gets back to good health, and with Zoro, with Chopper, time is very important at the moment. Also, the cherry on the cake, Yamato saying she wants to sail the sea with Luffy. So much theories across the internet with Yamato and regarding her, if she will join the Stray Hats, whether what that will do with the Straw Hats if she joined. Man, to finally get confirmation of her actually saying it, I really now am involved and infested with Yamato, man. I want her to make it out of this fight and travel the seas. Personally, I hate to say this, but I don't think Yamato is making it out of this fight alive. And that's just a prediction. I know I really want her to make it out. But that being said, this was all in all a very solid chapter. We learned new things and I had a good time reading it. With that said, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and let me know in the comments what were your favorite moments in this chapter. For me, it was definitely the Yamato moment and Nami versus Ulti. With that said, until next time.